Franconia is one of the regions with the highest density of breweries worldwide. Sometimes they're even neighbors. While the beers they brew are similar, but each of them is unique. They tend to be very low in carbonation, relatively high in bitterness, and they also have a nice soft touch to them. It's lager beers we can drink a lot of. And these beers tend to be popular here in the beer gardens of the region. Wheat beer was popular in many parts of Europe, but especially so here in Bavaria. In fact, it was so popular that in 1516 it was forbidden to use wheat in brewing beer. The so-called purity law of 1516 meant that it was only allowed to brew beer with barley. But it had a backdoor. The Bavarian Duke more or less had a privilege to brew wheat beer on his own account in his own brew houses, the so-called Weissbier. And he had this right up to the early 19th century. Then these Weissbier were sold. And here's one that still operates today.
The Schneider family acquired the brewery in Kelheim in 1928, and they brought with them the original Weissbier recipe and the original Weissbier yeast from their brewery in Munich. The Weissbier yeast is a top fermenting strain, which means that the yeast rises to the top of the fermenting vessel at the end of fermentation. In the fermenting cellar, you can smell the clove-like aromas that are so typical for this beer. Thank God I was not only allowed to smell, but also to sample it with the owner of this legendary brewery.